Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Canadian FFG Grand Prix. It hasn't been a very long breaker, and this is why. There's Omar Saeed. Just destroying the front of that apex. Just getting it absolutely wrong at the chicane. Brugman down the inside. Saeed tries to fight it. Obviously there, goes wide. A little bit of a touch there from Brugman as well. Just gets hold of that sausage curb. Bounces on the side walls of the wheels. Comes down with quite a thud. And that is that. It's finally come to a stop in the middle of the home straight. Nathan Corns is the first one onto the scene, as Rautavaara has gone into the pits then. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's a straight into the back of Saeed.
Watch out for debris.
Not very smart by the marshal, trying to push back the car. This has caused mayhem for those behind Mishra and... Oh goodness, I'm losing it. Mishra and Utsa, they're both losing front wings. Trying to find if anyone else. Heymans has, let's see, I think Sigalakis is absolutely fine. There's a wheel bouncing down the road. That's dangerous. McNamara seems fine. Reed, yeah, I think mostly everyone is fine. McNamara's gone sliding off the circuit for some reason. Whoop, wrong way. Just locking up everywhere as there's just bits and bobs flying around. Jednak comes back out, as does Rinyaho. Rinyaho having lost. Actually, no, Rinyaho wasn't behind Jednak, so not too bad for him. Sharp will come out. There's just carbon fiber and bits and pieces all over the road. Corns is laughing, he doesn't care. Goddard then has a pit to go and he's 12 seconds behind Nathan Corns. That's absolutely doable. Ben Utsa, I'm actually interested. I'm going to go back to try to find if his split time. He seems to be doing quite well, if anything. 52.6. Okay, maybe not so much. 48. He's lost 4 seconds over the course of the lap, which it could be worse. We'll go flying down the straight, see what he can do. Pablo Deal there should be fine. Harvey. Here's Rautavaara, he's come back out. Oops, so Utsa comes in with Harvey. Utsa could have gone quite a few more laps, so we'll see if that causes a problem for Razor. Sigalakis moves up into 5th as a result. Pit stop to go. Karen, Reed, McNamara now behind. Those will be going quite a short stint. As cars filing into the lane. I see Heymans. Oh, Brugman's had to come in at the same time. Devastation there for Jaws. That's ruined his race. So Harvey comes back out. Quite a long way ahead of Utsa, who's only just come out now. 17.3 seconds stuck in the pit lane. Looking good then for DTK for a big result. Reed currently in 7th. You'd imagine that he'd maybe be able to move up to... out on a limb. There's a great chance he could move up to maybe about 5th. I would imagine. Keranen ahead of him. Yeah, possibly. In fact, it might be a struggle. Here we go. Brugman's going to come out now. He's got himself a lap down as a result of all of that. Oh! Nearly collided with Rautavaara, so he's very aggressive very, very quickly as a result. Engine running hot. Possibly the driver's temper as well. Sigalakis then giving chase to Rautavaara. Karen and then Reed. Next pit stops will be very important to see where I think the one-stoppers are starting to come in. Indeed, Corns does just that. So it'd be interesting to see. They've got to figure out. If they come out behind one of the two-stoppers, you got to remember this is when the two-stoppers are going slow. So Goddard back into the lead of the race. Mane, Goddard. Corns trundling down the pit lane. Pablo Deal is through. That's fair enough. Brugman is a lap down. Corns there has popped out. Rautavaara coming through. Oh, you can see how close he was, but he can't do anything about it. You could argue that had he been where Brugman was, he would have been a lot closer. He might have been able to get that position, but he is stuck in fourth behind Nathan Corns. Sigalakis in fifth. He'll be coming in at the end of this lap, as will Aaron Reed. So where will they pop out? Because the two stoppers will be coming in quite at a similar time, so when they all come in, they won't find themselves in traffic. They'll find themselves where they're supposed to be. So the Karen and McNamara's, you know, when they pit, they might not, if say Sigalakis and Reed find traffic, you know, Karen and McNamara, by the time they pit, that traffic might have pitted behind them, so they come out and they'll be ahead. They may have jumped some of the one-stoppers. That's the possibilities. Fastest lap of the race for Pablo Deal. So he's been, you know, fully released. And he's looking to make up time. Could be a podium on the line here. He's got to remember, he's got to find as much gap as he can to Corns and Rautavaara. Jednak has already pitted. Burner hasn't yet. Rinho there. Harvey's pitted. Sigalakis comes back out, so fact is we're starting to see them come out. This is actually getting interesting. Harvey's a lot further up than I suspected. Harvey could be in the top 5. So I was saying Reed may be in the top 5. I think it's the other way around. It could be Harvey in the top 5. Reed just in the top 10. He's ahead of Utsa, which is correct, I think. Go through and try to find the order. Might just do that. So if we're saying Corns is leading, Rautavaara is second, probably Goddard, Deal third. There's a strong possibility that Jednak is fourth currently. Rinho fifth. Harvey maybe sixth. Then I'd probably say Karen and McNamara. 7th, 8th, Sigalakis, 9th. I think I missed something. It's confusing, and I'm not sure of the exact position. Pablo Deal though. 8 seconds behind Goddard, pretty much exactly how it was when they started. I have to wait and see just exactly what is the pace differential as the two-stop cars get fresh rubber for the final stint. Lightly fueled cars, they're probably going to be just a little bit lighter than those doing the one-stop. They don't have to worry about like a percentage of error. They've got less to worry about, so they can go a little bit lighter. Push for the line, and that's when it'll get interesting. See just how fast they can go, what they can do, places they can take, as Sigalakis has... Nope, Sigalakis has come to a stop. Loose wheel then, by the looks of it, for 2KF1. And after a win and a podium, Sigalakis will be retiring. Probably from a points paying position. See, so Harvey currently doing 21 seconds, 21.8. Reed doing 21.8. Utah doing 21.8. So a lot of them doing quite similar times. Here's Corns, arguably the leader of the race. Another great drive by the defending champion. Been down and out recently, Raven West, but this would be an important result for them, especially considering that Martins has retired already today. Can't seem to get two cars finishing at the moment. Here's Jednak. Doing quite well as... so Goddard's coming in this lap then. This is when it spices up. Deal will be in this lap. Go back. Oh, Karinen's in already, in fact. McNamara are going to go a little bit longer. So then, for Karinen, this is... Try to get an idea. He's going to pop out. He's already behind Rinho. He's in 9th at the moment. Harvey will go through. I don't think Reed's going to get close enough. Let's have a look here. Whoop, there's the Razor. Just pops out ahead of the DTK. Benutz chasing in 12th, doesn't look like he's going to be able to catch up. So we go forwards again. In comes Mane Goddard. In comes Deal as well. Unsurprisingly, Donald Brugman will not be coming in. Will get his lap back, however. So Goddard leading. There goes Corns. He's through. Radavara will go through as well. There goes McNamara. Does have to go through a corner. Ooh, they got close. Just how close did they get? So McNamara has got the line there, waiting to see exactly where Goddard is. Oh, there he is. And McNamara does give up the position. Would you say understandably? No. I wouldn't say that. Good. Jednak. Oh, Yednak's ahead of Deal. Important. very important as Goddard racing away with it. In fact, I think Deal almost came out of that a lot better. But it wasn't good enough from Falcon to get him ahead of Sasha Jednak. Berner going to come in to the pits this lap. Rinyaho. Rinyaho's good to the finish, so Falcon looking good today. Harvey Karen, if anything, yep, just pulling away a little bit from Aaron Reed there, so he seems to be fine as it is. As Berner's into the pits, McNamara's in as well. Oh, Deals through on Jednak. So see if Pablo Deal can do anything. He's chasing down Mane Goddard. Oh, and he's locked up into the first chicane. He'll have Jednak right on the back of him. That's not what he needed at this point in time. Still plenty of time left in the race to catch up, but not if you're doing stuff like that. Talking about time to catch up, we'll follow Goddard here. Catching up a little bit on Rautavaara. So there you go, McNamara has come back out in 10th, just ahead of Benutza. To the front, and it's Nathan Corms controlling the race then. 2.5 seconds ahead of Yoel Rautavaara. Here with Deal. Pulled away from Jednak, so I wonder if there was a mistake there from the Serbian, because that is not 9/10 of a second. No, indeed, it's a problem there for the Serbian. Not exactly sure what it is, but it is a terminal fault. He's driving on, see what he can do. Harvey will be the next one onto him. Brugman, fast lap of the race for Jaws. As Jednak desperately trying to get that car back. Is that a brake problem that I see on the car? And he does make it back to the pits then. That's lost him 5th position, I believe it was. Karen and Reed, McNamara, Utsa, they'll all go through happily. A crushing moment there for Sasha Jednak. So then Nathan Corns holding stable lead. Rautavaara making up a little bit of time there. Here's Goddard. Brugman in the pits. Okay. There you go. Jednak has come out behind Orjit Mishra. He's in 12th. Brugman obviously had to pit again. There he is with Deal. So Pullman's looking quite comfortable. Loses a bit of time in the middle sector, it looks like, but he made a bit of time at the start of the lap, so he's just slowly pulling away a little bit by little bit from Rautavaara. Oh, and in the background you can see Mane Goddard. 6 seconds now, it's less than that. 12 laps to go. 117.4. 117.1. Too close to call. Too close to call at this point in time. Pablo Deal making up a little bit of time as well, but he's got a real problem, and his name is Donald Brugman. He doesn't want Brugman to make any sort of weird moves or anything like that that could harm his potential of getting Goddard. I mean, it'll be difficult, no doubt about it, but it's definitely possible. .46.5, 46.4, 46.2, so Deal definitely the one making up a little bit of speed here and there. See what he can do. Harvey with a 46.5 effectively. Karen not really making up much time, 46.4, 46.5. Pretty much they're all within less than a tenth of a second. 47, okay, well, Utz is a bit further behind than that, but that's to be expected. See on the telemetry at the bottom of the page there. Goddard trying to make up time, not really being able to do so. Deal, on the other hand, making up a little bit more. Deal, that push has slowed down a little bit. 5.1 seconds ahead and 5.1 behind. It's just becoming a little bit of a struggle. Prawns now, 10 laps to go. Goddard a little bit closer. As pulls out a decent lead. I wonder if Deal is actually having to play defensive with Brugman. Oh, absolutely. By the look of that, that has got to be slowing down the Brazilian. Unless it's the Brazilian that's slowing down. It is. So a problem here for Pablo Deal. Championship leader in strife. His teammates behind him. He'll probably, you know, in worst case scenario, he'll take the championship lead instead. We've already seen Sigalakis retire. We've seen, well, we're watching Deal struggle. He's got to make it back to the pits. Might be able to get a lower points finish at the end of it. Could be a brake problem again or a throttle problem, but he has made it. Fancy it could be a brake problem. He was pushing hard. So Harvey will go through. Deals in then. Keranen, Reed, McNamara, Utsa. Who's next? Stefan Berner for Entech. That could be quite the result. Oh, but it's going to be tough. Not to mention Deal on, once again, fresher tyres. There you go, Berner goes through. And he is through. So Berner into 10th. Pablo Deal has 9 laps? Yeah, to catch Berner. He's not too far ahead. You can see them both on screen there. Just 2 seconds between them. A big defensive effort from Berner, and he might be staring at points in the team's home race. Thornton pulling out. Decent lead. Out of our... Oh, Goddard. He is closing it down. He's got nothing to worry about behind him. Next one is Rinho. He's like, what, 10 seconds behind? 13. Yeah, there you go. Harvey then moves up into 5th. Kerrinan into 6th. Reed into 7th. McNamara 8th. Utsa 9th. From all of that. Deal already starting to close in on Berner. We'll have a look as they go over the line here. Oh, boom, 1.4. So Pablo Deal looking to make up and at least get a point out of all this. Gerard, 4 seconds now behind Ratavara. I can't help but think back to Melbourne. I think I was talking about the black boxes versus the DTKs and which car is the better yellow. If Goddard can get second, you know, from a first to a second, what a result. Your move, DTK. It's down to 3.8 seconds now. Still 8 laps. No, 7 laps, sorry. Obviously that's less than that. There you go, you can see the gap right there. It's closing down. Corns there actually lost quite a bit of time. Just suddenly, all of a sudden. So a mistake from Nathan Corns. All of a sudden, shaky ground for the Raven West driver. 1:18.1. 17.4, so there you go, 7/10 of a second. 1:17.0, so Mane Goddard made up a decent amount of time there. He's proven Rinyaho still holding Harvey behind. .3 now. Starting to get very close. Still too close to call. You'd fancy if anything happens to Yol, Mane would have a hell of a chance. There you go. Corns are just righting the ship out a little bit. Holds a comfortable lead. Five laps remaining there for Nathan Corns to pick up his second victory of the season. 5 laps remaining for Mane Goddard to find 3 seconds on Yol Rantavara and make the overtake for second place in the Canadian Grand Prix. We'll go back to find Pablo Deal. He's going to have 5 laps in a moment to somehow make the overtake on Stefan Berner. So far unable to get it done. Oh, but... Oh, hello. Just caught the back end of that as Pablo Deal. Has he actually just done what I think he's done? No! No, he hasn't. I take that back. I am very sorry there, Pablo. Here, I thought that you'd just punted off Stefan, but nope. Stefan Berner locks the brakes up in defending his position. Round he goes. And he will not be finishing 10th. That, well, look, okay, I can't guarantee that, but I almost can. He only needs 5 people to retire ahead of it. I say retire. 5 people to, like, stop driving ahead of him. Yeah, then Goddard. Ooh, it slowed down a little bit. He only got 0.4 of a second on that last lap. Ratavara putting in hard yards. We can see movers and shakers. Daniel Harvey up 16 spots. Aaron Reed up 13. Even Tapio Rinho up 12. You know, okay, fair enough. Harvey and Reed got more spots. That's impressive. Tapio Rinho was important, and that, for me, is more impressive than the spots that the other ones. The other guys have got were Harvey to be ahead of Rinho. Yeah, okay, fair enough. An extremely good result, but Rinho, great drive from him. Very important in terms of the championship, especially considering that Pablo Deal's down in 10th, was in 4th, and Manolis Sigalakis is currently a DNF. Of course, and that isn't going to change. Meanwhile, Nathan Corns pulling away comfortably. Yola Ratavara actually there pulled away a little bit from Mane Goddard. 2.5 seconds with 3 laps remaining, and now it seems that could be impossible. Oh, Goddard, oh, I think he made a mess of that. That'll be a loss of a couple of tenths. There we go, 2.9, and I think that right there was the moment that this podium was locked into place. Barring any catastrophes, I can't see that changing. Rinho's comfortable over Harvey. Great results for Daniel Harvey and his teammate. 2 DTKs on either side of Keranen in 6th. McNamara are going to, so far, be back in the points. Double points for Razor yet again, it seems. So here we go, we're looking at 2 laps to go now. There you have it. Oh, lock up there from Rob Sharp. It's not been a great day for Entech. Home race. They couldn't quite give the result that the fans were looking for. It's been a tough season for them so far. And no doubt for them, Canada would have just come up just a little bit too soon. They would have wanted to be better for it. Fastest lap of the race so far to Pablo Deal. I believe he got fastest lap of the race last season as well. Just happened to be looking up the statistics. Sharpen. 2 laps to hold out Jack Lasky. Doesn't make a great difference, but every little bit, at least for a driver, makes you feel better. So then Nathan Corns starts the final lap here in Canada. Been a great drive there from Corns. He Didn't get into too much trouble at the start of the race. Things were going on around him, but he's maintained an absolutely golden pace. Strategy was on point from Raven West. They got him onto the right strategy, kept him there. He hasn't made any mistakes. He's done them justice. With just a couple of corners to go, it's looking pretty good. Of course, you can't guarantee anything. He's got to make sure that he gets it stopped for the final chicane. Because 3.8 seconds isn't enough to save him if he goes over one of those sausages. Down the back straight he comes, into the final corner. It's looking good. He's out of there, he's not in the wall, and Nathan Corns will take his second victory of the season here in Canada for Raven West. What a result there.
Fantastic drive, great job. Excellent drive, 6 points.
Joel Rautavaara picking up second place. Great result for him. Rinyaho is going to come across the line then in fourth place. Daniel Harvey will be fifth. Keranen will be in sixth. Reed seventh. McNamara in eighth. Ben Utsa ninth. Then. Big day for Razor and DTK. Pablo Deal 10th after it looked like it was going to be a problem. Oh, Jack Lasky's gone around here on the final lap. In between two Entecs. Tries to make the move onto Rob Sharp. Gets the back wheel. Round he goes. Crowd no doubt having a bit of a laugh. Burner gets 2 positions as a result. So Jednak finishes. Mishra will come across in 12th place. Burner will take 13th ahead of his teammate. Matteo Heymans will be in 15th, which is actually a monetary upgrade. Jack Lasky will be the final finisher in 16th. Well, actually I say that, he'll be the final one on the lead lap. Donald Brugman was 17th. Nathan Cornzo, what a race. There we go, confirmation. 3.8 seconds ahead of Joel Rautavaara. Mane Goddard got close, couldn't get close enough. The tyres just ran out at the end. Tapio Rinyaho, Daniel Harvey, Aiden Keranen, Aaron Reed, James McNamara, Ben Utsa, and Pablo Deal is your top 10. Sasha Jednak, Borja Mishra, Stefan Burner, Rob Sharp, and Matteo Heymans and Jack Lasky, rather. All on the lead lap. Donald Brugman 1 lap down. It was a late retirement for Manolis Sigalakis. Probably, well, I say late. It was about 2/3 of the way through. He was looking like he might have been on for points, definitely considering the events that transpired. Omar Saeed wasn't able to finish as he went into the Wall of Champions. Josh Nowak, don't really know what he did, but it didn't work. Toby Cadera had his transmission fail on him, and Rui Martins had his suspension within, well, basically a lap of each other. Confirmation fastest lap of the race. I think that might be indeed Pablo Deal, 1:16.4, which is actually a remarkably good time compared to qualifying. You can see maybe they didn't do too well this year in regards to qualifying, so well done to Pablo. Have a look at the lap chart, and it's a dreary old day for Saeed. Oh, goodness. That is a depressing line to see. Corns, Rautavaara, Goddard. Top 3 started different places, went up at different times in the end. 1, 2, 3. Definitely not the order that they started in. Have a bit of a look further down. No need to look at Martins. Have a look at Deal, Utsa, Keranen. Jednak ended up getting 11th. McNamara and go down, find Reed as well. There he is, all the way down the bottom. You can see most of these 5 were quite close, but Reed just came out of nowhere, popped up there, and then made his way up a little bit further as well. Pablo Deal had to make that second stop, which absolutely killed him. There you have it. Quite the race. Nathan Korn stamping his authority. He's still in this. Raven West are still in this. However, they do have problems with finishing 2 cars at the moment, and that could be a big problem for them. The old Routavaar second for Apex. They seem to have a similar sort of problem. Mane Goddard third for Black Box. If Sasha Jednak had been in 5th, which would have become 4th. Oh, goodness. Like, the momentum that team has is crazy. Talking of momentum, DTK and Razor are starting to get it as well. So Dark Horse is there for the lower podium positions. You never know. 2KF1, they seem to be dropping the bundle a little bit. Falcon, they've been struggling in recent times. They were unlucky today, there's no doubt about that. But crazy. With that, next round of the championship, well actually before then, we do have the first in-season test. That does mean that hopefully the results come out a little bit sooner than they have been recently. Marketplace will be closed at Tuesday or Monday. I'll go and look that up at some stage. The marketplace will close early to allow for the test. However, it'll be open the entire time. However, that the market cutoff for anything that you want to apply for the test will be at a stage. Any buys after that, even if it's a minute afterwards, will only be applied to the race. The next round, which is Monaco. Have fun with that, boys. That'll be a great one. But the test, yeah, so get your buys in before the test marketplace cutoff, and then once the test results are out, which are hopefully pretty soon after that, then the marketplace will be reopened, and everyone that has already purchased will be allowed to use their skill. Anyone that hasn't purchased will be allowed to make their purchases and use their bonus skill, of course, if you have gotten any skill and horsepower. So make sure that you keep on top of it. Some people have missed things here and there. Make sure you're on. So then, with that, we do hope that we'll see you all next week. We'll see what happens with Monaco. Stuff in the background is going to be popping up, so we'll see how that all goes. It should be okay. Otherwise, thank you everybody for watching, and good night.